Good morning students. Today we are going to study our third lesson, tides. It is tides. Now see, dear student, you have to observe both the picture, figure number 1 and figure number 2, and give the differences. Now see, when you observe both the pictures, then both are in same place. If you say near the coast for some time, you will realize that the sea water is sometimes very close to the coast, like at 3.1, while at the other time it is very far away from the coast. We call this movement of the sea water is called as a tides. Bearing a few exception, all the coast on the earth experiences tides. High and low tides are natural phenomena. Let us try to understand the scientific reason behind these natural events. Tides are movement of sea water occurring daily and regularly. The level of the sea water changes after a specific period of time. After every 12 hours and 25 minutes, a cycle of high tide and low tide gets completed. These regularly occurring events appear to be quite simple and natural. However, it is directly related to the sun, the moon and the earth, and the gravitational and centrifugal force that interact between them. Now see, next one. In all above activities, if you have done some activities, a centrifugal force is visible and the centrifugal force acts in the direction opposite to the gravitational force. Centrifugal means going away from the center. You must have experienced too. At the local fear of the seat in the spheres, wheel you sit spins and the leans outward away from the wheel. This also is an effect of centrifugal force. What is the centrifugal and gravitational force? Due to its rotation, the earth gets a type of power of Earth's force. This force works away from the center. It is called centrifugal force. Due to this force, any object on the earth would be thrown into the space. However, the gravitational force is working toward the center of the earth at the same time. This force is many times greater than the centrifugal force. Hence, any object on the earth's surface, earth remain at the place where it exists. Now tides. The following factors are responsible for the occurrence of tides. How the tides are occurring? The first one, the gravitational pull of the moon and the sun as well as that of the earth. The next one, revolution of the earth around the sun and the indirect revolution of the moon around the sun. Centrifugal force generated due to the rotation of the earth. Now see, moon is the closer to the earth. Then the sun, hence its gravitational force becomes more effective than that of the sun. Tides occurs due to the relative position of the moon, the sun and the earth. A place on the earth located at the opposite point of the place experiencing high or low tide also experience high or low tide respectively. At the same time, this is a result of the centrifugal force. Now see, when there is a high tide at 0 degree meridian, the 180 degree meridian also experiences high tide. The meridian that are at the right angles to those having high tide will experience low tide at the same time. If it is high tide at 0 degree and 180 degree meridians, then at which meridians will low tide occurs? Now see, we will study the types of tide. As the timing of the tide varies every day, the range of the tide also keep on changing. Generally, the highest high tide occurs on full moon and new moon days, whereas on the day of the first and the third quarter, the high tide is at its minimum. Spring tides and neap tides are the two types of tides. Spring tides and the neap tides are the two types of tides. So first we study the spring tide. On new moon and full moon days, the gravitational pull of the sun and the moon act in the same direction. Due to this, the total pull increases. Hence, the tide on these days is much higher than the average high tide. This is known as the spring tide. Now see, as the high tide is greater, the water at low tide recede much more. The water level during spring tide is higher than the average high tides and the lower than the average low. Now neap tide. While revolving around the earth, the moon makes a right angle with respect to the earth and the sun twice a month. This position occurs on the first and the third quarter of each month. On both these days, the forces of both the sun and the moon operate at the right angles on the earth. The places where the sun causes high tide, the gravitational pull of the moon, which is at right angles, also act on the sea water. Due to such conditions, the water level rise in less than as usual at the time of high tides. Now see, similarly, fall in the water level in the less than usual at the time of low tide. This is because the attraction of the sun and the moon are not complementary but at a right angle to each other. Such tides are called neap tides. Neap tides are a little lower than the average high tides and a little higher than average tides. What is the effect of tides? Now see, with the high tide, fish move into the creek and this help fishing activity. Next one, the tides clear the waste and hence the coast become clean. Ports do not get filled with sediments. Ships can move up to the pass during high tide. During high tide, seawater can be stored in a salty pans from which salt can be obtained. The tidal force can be used to generate electricity. A lack of an understanding of the timing of high and low tides may cause accidents of swimmers entering the sea. The tides help in maintaining the mangroves and the coastal biodiversity. Now see, what is the timing of the tide changes daily. The tides are continuously occurring phenomena. After reaching the maximum water level during high tide, the low tide sets in similarly after reaching the lowest water level during low tide. The high tide sets in the remember that in the following discussions, the highest limit of the high tides is mentioned. Now see, now we study the waves. If you blow air over hot milk or tea while drinking, ripples are generated on the milk on the tea. In the same way, because of the force of the wind, water appears to be moving. The sea water gets pushed by the winds and ripples are generated on the water surface. These are called as a waves. The sea water move up and down or slightly forward and backward due to the waves. The waves bring the emergency contained in them to the coast. They break in the shallow water near the coast. Large or small waves are formed continuously at the surface of the sea. Generation of waves is a natural and regularly occurrence phenomena too. Now, structure of the waves. The sea water get pushed up and down because of the wind. The raised up portion of the waves is called a crest and the depressed one is called trough. If a strong wind is blowing in the one direction, large waves are generated. The vertical distance between the crest and the falling trough is called as the amplitude of the wave, whereas the distance between two successive crests or troughs is called wave's length. The wave's length, its amplitude and its velocity depend on velocity of wind. Now, velocity of waves. If we stand at the coast, we feel the waves are coming toward the coast. If a floating object is thrown at a distance in the sea, we find that object moving up and down at the same place. It does not come to the coast. It means the water forming the waves also does not come to the coast. Remember that the water in the waves does not move What moves it is the energy. Now the main reason of the wave generation in the wind, but at time due to the earthquakes or volcanic eruption occurring below the floor of the sea, waves get generated. Such waves assume a great height in the shallow water near the coast. These waves are very destructive. They cause huge loss of property and life. These waves are called tsunamis. In 2004, tsunami waves were generated because of the earthquakes that took place near Sumatra island of Indonesia. They devastated the east coast of India as well as Sri Lanka. The waves cause erosion along the headlands and create beaches in the protected location on the bay.